Hello guys, this is Darkomiku, and today I'll be talking about how Archero calculates your damage. So this will be a very simple video. Its purpose is to prepare you guys for my rune tier list video, and there will also be a damage reduction video. Okay, first of all, this is not a skill number calculation or confirmation video. It is a damage calculation one, so I won't be testing all skill combinations. So let's start with summary. It's very easy, very simple. One, how Archero calculates your base attack. So using we need for your damage, you need to know how your base attack works. So then formula, example, and then how Archero calculates your damage. Formula and examples. So base attack calculation. Here is the formula, base attack formula. So it is base hero attack times 1 plus the sum of hero power-ups, and then you round it down, then plus equipment, runes, rune rewards, plus talent, plus hero global stats, and then multiply everything by sum of attack bonus, and then round it down again. So those that are not familiar with the math function might wonder what is this little thing. So this thing, like two corners, down corners, reads as the floor of x. So this function returns the largest integer less than or equal to a given number x. So in other words, it is a mathematical formal way to say round down the x. So base HP calculation is the same as the base attack calculation. So one example, my stats example. So my Shade's base attack is 1377. Hero power up from the talent is 0.28, and then plus 0.04 from the courage. Then equipments 2173 from weapon, 1427 from bracelet, runes 189 from power, 168 from courage, rune rewards 260 from power, 220 from courage, talents 1030, and global stats 40 from Urusio, 50 from Magic, and 60 from Rolla. And then sum of attack bonuses 4% from Taranis, 4% from Magic, 4% from Ayana, 5% from Rolla, 5% from Sylvan, 10% from both Lion Rings, and 5% from Death Scythe. That equals to 37%. So my attack is 1377 times 1.32 rounded down. Then that is 1817 plus 3600 plus 357 plus 480 plus 1030 plus 150, and all of them multiplies by 1.37 and round it down again. And there you go, it is a 10,184 attack. That's pretty simple. So now the damage calculation. So the damage formula is base attack plus book altus, and then multiply it by 1 plus the sum of attack multipliers, and multiply it again, but 1 plus the rage multiplier multiplied by 1 by percentage HP lost. Then sum that number with other rings bonus damages, and sum that number also with other flat damage increases. Then multiply everything by 1 plus the sum of percentage damage to certain units, and multiply it again by 1 plus the sum of damage to mobs or bosses. Multiply it again by 1 plus the sum of all damages. Multiply it again by weapon modifier, and multiply again by devil multi-shot or front arrow multiplier. So, and if it crits, multiply everything by 2 plus sum of crit damage. So this is a very big formula, and I'll be showing you the examples to make it easier for you to understand. So different heroes' skills apply different multipliers. Some have global multipliers, some have partial multipliers, and this heavily dictates how useful a hero is. So this formula looks big, yeah, but it's just a bunch of simple sum and multiplications. Let me show you how some examples. So my Archero's example. My Archero's base attack is 8,528. My depth scythe multiplier is 1.45. Art of Combat Ultimate is 754. All damage increase is 3.1% from Rune. Damage to bosses 556 from Lion. Damage to mobs plus 3.2% from Rune and plus 601 from Bow. Damage to melee units 5% from Shari. Damage to ranged units 15% from Archeros. Damage to airborne units 80 from Ayana. Damage to ground units 100 from Shade. And then crit damage from 200% is the base, so everybody has 200% base crit damage. So this means 200% means that if your account is new and if you crit, you deal double the damage. Okay, so that's 200%. And then plus 15% from Uracils, 20% from Helix, 20% from Bonnie, 20% from Lion Ring, and 15% from Bracelet, 8.2% from Runes. That totals 298.2%. Then damage to ground and ranged mob. So in this clip, you can see that this mob is ground and ranged, and so this is the calculation. 8,528 plus 100 and plus 601. Ground, I have Shades stat that give me 100 bonus damage, and I also have Bow Ring that give me 601. So then I multiply everything by 1.45 because of weapon multiplier. Then I multiply it again by 1.031, that is from all damage increase. And then because it is a mob, I multiply it again by 1.032 because of the runes. And since it is a ranged mob, I multiply it again by 1.15, that is from Archero's hero stat. So that is 16,374.15, and the real number is 16,374. So that's the same. And then crit. When I crit, I multiply the number I calculated above. Actually, it is the number rounded above, and multiply it by 2.982, and that gives me 48,827.268. That is just approximately 48,862, the real number. So this difference is 1.27 divided by the real number, and that's an error of 0.0026%. So that is like nothing. So this is pretty accurate, and this confirms that weapon multiplier percentage damage to all mobs, to all, and then to also the mobs or bosses or certain units are global multipliers. Damage to bosses are kinda strange. Their category is so strange. They don't have melee ranged category, but has airborne or ground category. But when you get a front arrow, they regain melee ranged category, and I think this is I personally think this is a bug. Yeah, I think this is a bug. And then damage to Scarecrow. So to ground boss, Scarecrow is a ground boss, So its damage is 8,528 plus 100 because of ground plus 556 because of boss. Multiplied everything by 1.45 because left side, and multiplied again by 1.031 because of rooms percentage or damage increase. And this gives me 13,729. That's 62, and the real number is 13,730. And then when it crits, it is 40,941.73, and the real one is 40,940. 940. So that's pretty much the same. Like I said before, 1.73 is like under 0.001% or 0.01%. So this is pretty accurate. And damage to Ice Guy, the airborne boss, it is 8,528 plus 80 now because it is airborne, and plus 556, not 66. So multiply it again by 1.45 and 1.031. That is 13700. And then crit like that. And then with front arrow. So front arrow decreases your base attack by 25% to each arrow. So damage to Scarecrow, ground ranged boss. So this is what I said about how strange. I think this is a bug. I don't know if bosses should be working with two categories or only one, but I think this is strange. Calculation to bosses damage are strange. So there we go. 8,528 times 0.75 because of minus 25% attack. So if you get a attack boost that is plus 30% base attack, that means instead of 0.75 I would be multiplying by 1.05. So this is where the sum, this part of the formula, 1 plus the second bracelet, 1 plus sum of attack multipliers. So this is where it comes in. The one front arrow is minus 25% base attack, and if you get spirit fire, that is plus 20%, or if you get one attack boost, that is plus 30%. And then damage to Scarecrow, ground ranged boss. I think this is a bug because of front arrow. And then there you go. 8,528 multiplied by 0.75 plus 100 plus 556, then multiplied by 1.45, 1.031, and 1.15, and that is the real number. And then if it crits, that's also the real number. And now with Art of Combat. So Art of Combat, where does it go in the formula? It goes right besides my base damage, base attack. So there it goes, my base attack, 8,528 plus 756. That is, and the rest of the formula is still the same. And there you go. This is an increase of less than 10%. So if you get one HP boost, that is 30% increase in base attack. So yeah, that is why Enlightenment Book is so OP and Art of Combat is not that OP. Then multi-shot. So this time I did it with the Ice Guy, that is an airborne boss. So instead of 0.75 from the front arrow, it is now 0.9, and then since it is airborne, it is plus 80 instead of plus 100, and 556 from the ring, lion ring. And then there it goes, it multiplies everything, that is 12,424, and then if it crits, 37,048, and then with Art of Combat, again, just add 756 to the 8,528, and there you go. So this also confirms that attack modifying skills doesn't modify ring and flat damage, but they do modify Book's ultimate and base attack. And so they are near global multipliers. They just doesn't multiply with rings and flat damage increase, but they are not the main way of getting damage. So yeah, it is not that bad. It is just a small amount that they are missing out. This makes rings and flat damage increase not that important because they are not modifiable by skills. So to easily know what category a boss belongs to, just walk through it, try to walk through it, and if you can walk through the boss, then it is airborne, and if you cannot, it is a ground. So if you try to walk through a ground boss, you get stuck, and you can push the boss. You can push ground boss if you try to walk through it, but you cannot push airborne boss. So about elemental damage, they are not affected by attack speed boost, multiple arrows, rage, weapon multiplier, flat damage, ring damage, crit multiplier, and I'm not sure if they are modified by percentage all damage and other global multipliers, but I don't care. Elemental damage are trash because of low scaling and low base damage. Then strike, star, meteor, circle, and swords. They are not affected by multiple arrows, rage, weapon multiplier, flat damage, ring damage, crit multiplier, except strike and star with staff. And staff is not a good weapon. Check out my multi-rarity weapon tier list for all my reasonings. Then these skills are better than elemental damage, but still not optimal DPS skills. So again, this is not a skill number calculation confirmation video, it is a damage calculation one, so I won't be testing all skill combinations. And that is it for this simple video. This is Darkomiku signing out. Thank you for watching. Bye.